is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
First reading, a reading from the book of Hosea, chapter 8, verses 4 to 7 and 11 to 13. My people chose kings, but they did it on their own. They appointed leaders, but without my approval. They took their silver and gold and made idols for their own destruction. I hate the gold bull worshipped by the people of the city of Samaria. I'm furious with them. How long will it be before they give up their idolatry? An Israelite craftsman made the idol, and it is not a god at all. The gold bull worshipped in Samaria will be smashed to pieces. When they sow the wind, they will reap a storm. A field of grain that doesn't ripen can never produce any bread, but even if it did, foreigners would eat it up. The more altars the people of Israel build from removing sin, the more places they have for sinning. I write down countless teachings for the people, but they reject them as strange and foreign. They offer sacrifices to me and eat the meat of the sacrifices. But I, the Lord, am not pleased with them, and now I will remember their sin and punish them for it. I will send them back to Egypt. This is the word of the Lord.
Good morning, my dear friends. God bless you all. Let us carefully listen to the Holy Gospel. Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew. As the men were leaving, some people brought to Jesus a man who could not talk because he had a demon. But as soon as the demon was driven out, the man started talking, and everyone was amazed. "We have never seen anything like this in Israel," they exclaimed. But the Pharisees said, "It is the chief of the demons who gives Jesus the power to drive out demons." Jesus went around visiting all the towns and villages. He taught in the synagogues, preached the good news about the kingdom, and healed people with every kind of disease and sickness. As he saw the crowds, his heart was filled with pity for them, because they were worried and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. So he said to his disciples, "The harvest is large, but there are few workers to gather in it. Pray to the owner of the harvest that he will send out workers to gather in his harvest." The Gospel of the Lord. My dear friends, in Jesus Christ, today in the Gospel we see some people brought a man who is with a demon to Jesus. So the man with demon did not come to meet Jesus, but some people brought him to Jesus. Then the demon was driven out. Then what happened? The same people who brought that man with demon find fault with Jesus. Then they started telling that Jesus driving out demons with the power of Beelzebul. He is the chief demon. So the same people who brought this man started telling about those things. Then did Jesus stop doing miracles, healing people? No, he continued his work. People were deaf, dumb, blind, not physically, but spiritually. Sometimes we all are blind. We can't see the truth sometimes with our own eyes. Sometimes spiritually we are blind. We can't hear the truth sometimes. We are deaf. We are deaf. Sometimes spiritually. Sometimes we are unable to talk the truth. We are sometimes silent. Sometimes we are dumb. We can't talk. We can't tell the truth. We are silent in order to protect our good names. Dear friends, Jesus did not stop doing the correct thing at the correct moment. He did whatever is needed. At the same time, he preached the gospel, he healed the people, he did all the miracles. Though some people were against him, though some people find fault with Jesus' work, he did not stop anything. We are invited to do the same. Sometimes when we talk about Jesus, sometimes when we do some good work, sometimes we work for Jesus, people will accuse us. They will tell how you do these things. Are you able of doing these things? Can you do those things? You are not worthy. You are sinning. We know about your background. We know about your past. We know about your history. People will say. But do not worry. Never stop doing the correct thing. Do it, because at last nobody is going to reward you. Only Jesus. Because in the latter part of the gospel he says clearly, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few to gather that harvest. Would you become a laborer who can gather that harvest in Jesus' name? Then he will give you the reward, not anyone else. Let us pray for that. God bless you.
Sri Wachanayano